Bubble tip anemones, one of the most beautiful anemones in the hobby. In this video, I'm going to explain basic care for a bubble tip anemone. This includes the feeding, the care, the water temperature, the acclimation process, the flow, and their favorite position in the tank. As far as feeding goes, I like to provide mine with either mysis shrimp or pellets once a week. Contrary to popular belief, anemones do not require daily feeding of heavy meaty foods. This will only cause algae blooms in your tank, and with minimal feeding and a high quality light, you won't have to worry about your anemone starving. The bubble tip anemone loves tropical temperatures. Anything from the 77 to 79 degree range of water temperature is going to be its preference. Anything higher or anything lower will cause the anemone to shrink up, shrivel, and die. Acclimation for a bubble tip anemone varies depending on the species. The most popular is the drip acclimation process, where a drip line slowly sucks water from the tank into a bucket or bag and gently acclimates the temperature and the salinity of the tank into what the anemone is currently being housed in. This allows for minimal stress from one tank to another. Other forms of possible acclimation include simply taking a little bit of water out of the display tank manually and adding it into the bag in which the anemone is currently housed in. This is similar to drip acclimation, however it's not as stable, but will still work. Anemones require moderate to low flow. Something very gentle, like what the video is recording, is preferred. Anemones do not like to be blasted with flow, for that will cause them to become upset and then move themselves. Anemones have a foot in which they can wiggle to move all along the rockwork and the glass of the tank if they feel they are in a position which is generating too much flow. Something like this is the desired flow for an anemone. The anemone wants to protect its foot. That is the bottom part of its base. In order to find a good position in your rockwork, I recommend finding a hole or a crack in which the anemone can squeeze its foot into and hide. This allows for the anemone to shrink up into this crevice where predators are unable to attack it. If you do not immediately give it that crack or that hole, it will search throughout the tank to find a new home where it can find a suitable location. This can be damaging to corals in its wake that it would sting. Providing the anemone right out the gate with this hole ensures that it will not move and that it feels protected and safe, giving you the best coloration and growth. A good example of a smart place to put an anemone would be this rock. As you can see, there are many holes in which the anemone can go into and stretch its base up to receive light. The anemones in this tank all share one thing in common. They're in cracks and they do not move. Everywhere where the rocks meet, there is an anemone. This is their preferred location, and if you immediately put them here, they will not give you any trouble. Anemones are some of the most beautiful creatures in the sea. With their vast colors and great personalities, I highly recommend one for any tank. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll get right back with you.